right, let's discuss cartridge malfunctions. First thing, we are using snap caps or dummy rounds. Whenever we're not on a live range, we do want to make sure we're being safe and using snap caps or dummy rounds. The first malfunction we're going to discuss is called a misfire or failure to fire. Misfire, failure to fire, you're on the range, boom, 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 click, nothing happens. Understand, you also have what's called a hang fire. A hang fire is perceptible delay in the ignition of a cartridge when firing the shot. What that means is, we're firing, boom, 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 click, nothing happens. Then in a few seconds, that bullet leaves the muzzle of the firearm. With this being a possibility, we handle a misfire or failure to fire and a hang fire the same way. First step is keeping that gun pointed straight down range for approximately 30 seconds. Once you realize it's not a hang fire, to clear it, we do what's called tap, rack, and assess. And it's quite simple. Watch me. We're going to tap to make sure the issue isn't the fact that the magazine is not fully seated. Then we're going to rack it. All right. Now that we've racked it, we assess, make sure everything is good, and we go back to firing. If that was not your last round in your firearm, that slide is not going to lock back. Again, tap, rack, get the round out. When and if it is your last round, that slide is going to lock back, indicating it is time for you to reload. That is how you clear a failure to fire. So the next malfunction we're going to discuss is known as a squib load. A squib load is caused by the development of too little pressure when you fire your firearm or attempt to fire the firearm. Now when it comes to a squib load is kind of scary because a squib load can cause your firearm to blow up if you do not follow the proper steps when you experience it. I will say the chances of having a squib load to the point where the gun explodes, the chances are a lot more slim nowadays, unless you've done some kind of modification to your firearm and didn't know what you were doing, or you just got some bad ammo. The chances are a lot slimmer. What happens in that instance is you fire the gun, the bullet actually gets stuck in the barrel. If you fire the next round, it can cause a buildup of that gas, causing the gun to explode. The best example to give is Bugs Bunny. When Bugs Bunny is doing, like, Elmer Fudd is chasing Bugs Bunny, and Bugs Bunny takes his finger or like a carrot and sticks it into the muzzle of Elmer Fudd's gun, the gun blows up. Essentially, that is a squib load. The symptoms of a squib load, you're shooting, you're on a range, boom, 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 back. All right, you're shooting, and then you have a round where there's reduced recoil, reduced muzzle flash, reduced sound. All right, that is indicative of it possibly being a squib load. In that instance, you stop shooting and you check the bore for obstructions. The way I choose to check the bore for obstructions is I use a fiberglass chopstick and needle nose pliers, and I'll feed that chopstick through the muzzle of the firearm. And if I see it come through the chamber, while the slide is open, of course, then I know there's nothing stuck in my barrel. Right? The best example I can give you of what you'll experience when you have a squib load, I like to use the example, the movie Harlem Nights. In Harlem Nights, they were in front of a row of stores, they're shooting. Boom, 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 boom. Tommy gun, everything. And one guy had like a little 22. Pat. Right? Essentially, that's what you'll experience. You'll be on the range, boom, 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 pat. You'll hear something different, you'll feel something different, you'll see something different. All right, those are your symptoms of a squib load. But I recommend, if you experience a squib load, sit the gun down, seek help from the armory at the range you're using to make sure that you properly clear it, because if you don't clear it properly, you can destroy the inside of your barrel, you can mess up your firearm. There are a lot of variables. We recommend using new ammunition Or if you're going to use remanufactured ammunition, make sure that remanufactured ammunition is being bought from a reliable and quality source. Now we want to discuss what is called as a stovepipe malfunction. The stovepipe malfunction is what you see here. The most common cause for a stovepipe malfunction is you not having a good grip on your firearm. A lot of people, especially new shooters, have a tendency of wanting to hold the gun low because they've seen on television or somewhere where someone got slide bite. If you're holding this gun properly, you will not get slide bite. Right? You see how much space there is between my hand and the slide. What happens is when you hold the gun down low, every time you fire, this is a controlled explosion. If you're holding the gun down low, it's going to do a little dance in your hand. This slide cycles so fast. What happens is you fire, the gun goes back because of the recoil. The casing is trying to be extracted from the firearm, but the slide is cycling. All of this is happening at the same time. The gun comes up, slide cycles, and it actually catches that casing before it's able to eject completely from the firearm. The way we get rid of it, nothing super tactical, anything crazy, keep it simple. You have a stovepipe, release that tension, and let that shell casing fall out of the gun. Final malfunction we want to discuss is called a double feed. A double feed is exactly what it sounds like. It's 2 rounds pretty much fighting for the space in the chamber. Looks like this. With the double feed, we're on the range, we're firing, boom, boom, boom. We realize something's wrong. First thing we do, we lock the slide back. After we lock the slide back, we take that magazine out, but we don't discard it. All right? We hold onto this magazine, put it in your pocket. We don't recommend putting it in your mag pouch because the mag pouch is designated for 4 magazines. But if that's what you want to do, you can. I'll personally put it behind my hand, in my hand, behind the gun. Next thing you do, work the slide. You work the slide. Once that round has ejected from the firearm, you reinsert that magazine, you rack that slide, and you get back to work. That is how you clear double feed. We keep it simple. So I am Darnell Trusty. I am the lead instructor here at Trusty Training Solutions. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. I hope you found it to be useful and helpful in your journey in the 2A community. Our goal is to provide the 2A community and those entering into the 2A community with quality, credible, and valuable information. If you like this, please share it with a friend. Tell a friend about us. You can find us on the web. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Train with Trusty. We love you, but God loves you best.